into it with other people just for his own random pleasure. What else I wanted to get into? I guess we've been here for a second, so I do I gotta play this clip. I want to get into just people's pandering for y'all girl.
The WNBA. They have never had a player either good enough or interesting enough to drive marketing, revenue, and TV ratings so that the entire league can fly private. But Caitlin Clark, who's never played until a week ago in a WNBA game, is the first player that appears they're banking on her. And I say banking literally. They're literally going now to private flights for 2 years. So they finally have this moment. Don't put Caitlin Clark up in the first 4 games against New York twice and Connecticut twice. The best defensive teams. You've got to take advantage of these opportunities. I don't know what they have to do. I don't know if they have to change the trade rules, if they have to get her better players, lighten up the schedule. Sometimes you just have to get stuff done. You just have to figure it out. Get Messi paid. Get Beckham to LA. Get Caitlin Clark an easy schedule. WNBA, you got to do better. You got to help Caitlin Clark. The 8th year of the WNBA.
Bro. I can't believe. Well, you know, one of the crazy things is, and this is the greatest thing about just being able to record your opinion. That's why I say, if you're going to talk about sports, you're going to talk about anything, make sure you put your best opinions on whatever platform that you use and don't just randomly tweet them out. And I swear to God, I was so happy that we had that conversation last week because it was 2 games in and I was like, oh, we talking.
And what I tell you,
I told you she was going to get smoked.
Yeah, but she still did 20, right?
So what do that?
No. I hear what you're saying. But even talking about that, what he just said, right? We're not talking about nobody else rookie debut.
Y'all not. Other people are.
Okay.
But this is what I'm telling you, and this is again why I tell you this all the time. You live in your old man bubble, so it's kind of like your pushback just be sounding just like damn near like you 60 years old. No, it's people go if you go on social media and you see if you go on Twitter or you go on Threads and put in the WNBA, people be talking about way more people than Caitlin Clark. Though Angel Reese is literally 100 times you are black. Angel Reese is a way bigger star than Caitlin Clark. Hate to tell you that. You're not stupid. You want to play dumb, but you ain't that dumb, dog. Caitlin Clark ain't getting lotto. There ain't no famous person besides a bunch of white people that we don't care about. Ain't no Caitlin Clark game, dog. Lotto came to see her. Meg and GloRilla bought her out on the jump. Like, let's stop playing dumb, dog.
But that's not moving. That's not selling. That's not moving the WNBA.
So who fault is that? Is that her fault or their fault? Her games ain't on TV like the Caitlin Clark games.
Talking about. He's saying the WNBA should have been like we said last week. The WNBA should be prepared for this. I told you that last year when the New York Liberty, who was in the championship last year, the coach, the general manager got fined for flying his players chartered. They put a what's name on him, and that's why I said he should get his money back. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When it comes to marketing and business wise, right? You should be prepared for this. Now you sitting here, everybody can.
Marcus, can I ask you a question? It's only 12 teams. Who else do you want her to play?
No,
she gonna eventually have to play these teams. There's only 12 teams.
I'm not saying yes. Put her up against the competitive, right? At the end of the day, she is doing what she's supposed to do. I'm putting butts in the seats. We
ain't getting cooked. That's their problem. They are upset because she's getting cooked.
But it don't. But at the end of the day, we have eyes on this. We didn't have no eyes on it last year.
So Marcus, I think you're missing the conversation piece, and you're saying you talking about. I don't know what you even talking about. You just all listen to what I'm telling you. His defense was, and he was upset was, hey, why highlight these games and she's getting cooked like dog food.
But we didn't highlight them games last year. That's what I'm saying.
You're agreeing with me. That's again. Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to comprehend and not listen to just respond. You're agreeing. What you just said. You're agreeing with what I'm saying. You're saying, hey, the eyes is on it. Don't matter if she getting cooked or not. He's complaining that she's getting cooked.
What I'm telling you, right? What he's saying is the WNBA should appreciate what you have. You have more eyes on your game or whatever you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. To watch those games. Mm-hmm. Give her an easier schedule.
How much of an easier schedule can I give you if I only got 12 teams?
No. What are you talking about? She ain't played nobody in her division yet.
But listen to it. Go ahead.
Listen. The Indiana Fever, right? Mm-hmm. The last 2 years, what was their record? How many games they won?
I don't know. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. So we didn't see her games on televised TV for her last 3 games, right? We didn't see them beforehand.
Okay, so listen to what I'm saying. Marcus, just slow down. All I'm asking you is, who else would you want to see her play? You want to see her play the Storm? You think it's going to be different when she get in front of Skylar Diggins?
No, what I'm telling you, right? You putting them up. The New York Liberty was in the championship last year, mm-hmm. right? The Connecticut Suns was in the conference finals. They played them twice.
Okay.
This is the second time they played them.
Okay.
And who else they played before that?
That's it. They only the only two teams
they played.
And them just played both of them twice.
Right. So what I'm putting you up for the team that was had the #1 draft 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
That's like putting Detroit. That's like putting Detroit on there. How many games you seen Detroit play this year? None.
I don't, because I'm not watching Detroit.
But that's what I'm saying. But they had the #1 draft, or they had the top pick 2 years in a row. We didn't ever see them because the NBA
Marcus,
don't do that.
So listen to what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying. All I'm asking you as a question is, what teams would you prefer her to see her play? Because so you want her to just play the Mystics 4 times back to back already?
No,
just play the Mystics.
The Mystics. It's a lot of teams out there that you probably could play.
It ain't a lot. It's only 12, dog. She only played 2.
Guess what? I watched more games this year than I watched last year.
Okay, so when you watch her get cooked, and that was what he's mad about. You like I said, you don't want to agree with what I'm telling you. You're trying to agree with him, but you're disagreeing with him. So she would have played the Aces. You think it would have been better?
No, hold up. But my thing is, okay, if she didn't play this year, right, and she stayed another year, right, we'll be watching WNBA right now.
I would. Guess what?
Everybody else would.
So what, dog? And that's my point.
What he's talking about.
So what? You can't. This is what
was Angel Reese televised game?
What you mean? It was against the Wing, Dallas Wing.
The first one or the second?
Second one.
The second one. They didn't even televise her first one.
The first one was on the app. I watched it.
That's what I
watched both of her games.
No,
I haven't even watched the whole Caitlin Clark game.
But that's what. But what you say? So if Caitlin Clark would have went to Iowa this year and didn't play this year, would y'all be tuning in? Nobody wouldn't be tuning into it.
Who is nobody, dog?
Okay,
People still would have went to. So guess what? Caitlin Clark did not play against Angel Reese, and Lotto was still at the Angel Reese game, and that's why she made it clear when she kept asking her like, "Who you here to see?" And they was trying to get her to like change her word. She's like, "No, yeah, Texas is cool, but I'm here for Angel Reese." What are you talking about? No, just because you wouldn't, that's cool. That's for you. But that's just like somebody music.
Did Chicago South did Chicago sell out their season?
What you mean? The games, the 2 games that she just played were sold out. Both games at Dallas were sold out.
No, I'm saying for the season, for the whole season.
I don't know, Marcus. I'm not checking for that.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. For Indiana, for what they did, right? Last year, nobody went to the game.
Can I ask you a question? Hold this time out. We live here. Let's not. Well, don't worry about Chicago. When Caitlin Clark come here and when Angel Reese come here, are they both playing in the same arena? Let me answer the question for you. You're taking too long. Yes, they both playing at the Capital One Arena. So what's the dog? You're trying to make it seem like it's something different. It's not, dog. I hate to tell you that. There are black people who like Angel Reese. There's black people who love Angel Reese.
Go to the games.
I'm going to, and I've been watching them. You are mad because she got cooked, and you was on microphone with a bad take. I asked you, do you think Sabrina and them dislike her? And you was like, I don't necessarily know. And I told you, nigga, when she get in front,
you said the rookie of the year. What I tell you, if she's sitting here averaging 20 a game, which she is averaging right now, I think she was the 3rd person or whatever that. I think it was 50 plus points in her first 3 games. Her, Candace Parker, and it was somebody else. Stat wise, like she's putting the numbers up.
And they're 0-4.
Okay, but who? Hold up. Okay, all right. But let's bring it to NBA. LeBron was on rookie of the year, right?
And she ain't averaging 20 points though. She had a 17-point game, a 9-point game, and what she only had 1 20-point game. How she averaging 20?
She hadn't only had 1.
The first game. Oh, matter of fact, no, in the second, in the 1 game against the Liberty. So she had 2 20 games. She played 4. 117. Tonight she had 17. The night before, the last night she had 22, and the other night she had 9, and then she had 20. Bro, she ain't averaging on 20. Your math is off. Hey, that math ain't mathing, dog. I'm sorry. Listen to what I'm telling you. All I tell you is, again, like I said, and just no way, the same way it's no way you can sit here and feel like Chet got robbed, and you sitting here trying to give her excuses. That don't make sense.
This season just started.
They on 4. They only play 30 games. How many more games you think she's going to lose before they can even make the playoffs?
They haven't made playoffs in 2 years.
So you ain't going to make it again. That's my point. I don't care.
San Antonio didn't make the playoffs, but who got the championship?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure if you can go back further enough, I told you that I thought Chet was going to be cheeks. I mean, not Chet, but Victor Wembanyama. I didn't think he deserved a rookie of the year. I'm not changing my stance because it's her. I felt the same way about Victor Wembanyama. I felt like Chet got robbed. Chet was in the playoffs. Putting up the numbers on a bad team, it don't matter, dog. It's about winning. When did we start?
When did bad team only get those 1st round picks? No good team get those 1st round picks. So that's what I'm saying. For her to what you told me, well, like I said, she's gonna be dog food. She's not going to get those numbers. She's still getting the numbers up. Once you get comfortable, dog, she was just in the finals. Can I
ask you a question? So tell me. Can I ask you a question? So you believe those, since you watch more games this year, this is your first time watching WNBA games. The games you watch, you don't feel like she dog food?
No, for her first time playing professional, you got to think about it. She was playing against 18-year-olds, 22-year, like nobody was over the age of 22 that she was playing against, right? And now she's playing against adults, right? So if I sit here, you look at Detroit, they're ass, right? But if you sit here and play them, oh no, they are actually professionals. You're playing a professional league. I'm not about to sit here and say, oh, you about to sit here and dominate if you don't have nobody else to sit in and play with. Nobody in the WNBA has came in and just turned the league around.
Candace Parker did, but go ahead.
Candace Parker did with who?
With her Clippers. I mean, whenever the Clippers with the Sparks.
Her first year?
Yeah, her very first game, she had 34 and 12. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's
what
cool.
did Reese have?
What you mean?
Her first couple of games.
Her first game she had 15. Her second game she had 11 and 9. The first game 2 steals. The second game 1 steal.
What's their record?
1-1.
1-1. Okay.
And then guess what? In the first game that they played, they would be 2-0 if the other girls. Guess what? And listen, what I'm telling you. And I'm glad. Sometimes I glad that I be on Twitter and I be on social media watching how other people respond. I was like, oh, the girls for Chicago are acting like the San Antonio Spurs players. Y'all thinking people are here to see y'all? We're not here to see you. We're here to watch Angel Reese pass her the ball. People cook that girl. What's her name? Her name is Dana Evans. She dark skin point guard for the Chicago Sky. Dog, the Sky was up literally the whole entire game against the Dallas Wing, their very first game of the season. And the last couple of minutes, dog, the girl got in the game and just started jacking up threes, taking bad shots, and they lost. And the shout out to I forgot the young lady name who played for the Dallas Wing. Her number 24. I just seen this weekend she just got engaged to this fire Joan on Instagram. I was like, oh my God, you can shoot the level off the ball and you got a baddie. I'm talking about her girlfriend that she just proposed to the night after they lost to the Chicago Sky. I swear to God, this girl is so goddamn bad. I've been following her for like 2 years. I didn't even know she was in a relationship. And then I see her literally getting proposed to the girl from the Dallas Wing. And this girl, I swear to God, was cooking. She was shooting the oh my God, dog. I think she had 30 one night, and then the next night she had like 35. Dog, she was literally shooting from the parking lot, dog. But like I said, I mean, it's cool. It's going to be a learning curve for y'all. I just could never believe, I've never in my life heard somebody sit here and say they should get an easier schedule. That to me was just crazy. An easier schedule, though.
But it's the WNBA. We didn't watch it last year. What you want more audience to watch it so you get money in there.
So can I ask you a question? As a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, would you be mad if the Ravens would have got an easier schedule this year?
Say what? Why would they get it? How many games they lost last year?
3.
They lost 3.
Yeah, and that schedule is hard as hell this season coming up.
Who did they lose to?
What you mean?
The 3 you said they only lost 3 games last year, right? So who did they lose to?
They lost to the Steelers twice, and they lost to
and they lost to
no, they lost to the Steelers twice, right? Yeah, they lost to the Steelers twice, and then they lost to the Colts.
Right. So why wouldn't you have the hardest schedule if you had the best record in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you lost in the conference championship to Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City is receiving their rings last year. I mean this year, right?
Right. So you play them on a home game.
Right. You can't play. You don't want to see Kansas City play. Who they play? San Francisco.
They played the Lions last year. I mean, this season right here when they got their rings. This season
they played the Lions, right?
Yeah.
But right. So I would rather see Lamar versus Patrick Mahomes the first game. That's opening up because because how many MVPs do Lamar have? 2.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you think you should have an easy schedule? You've been winning. You never had a sorry season. The Indiana Fever had a sorry season. They never had a winning season.
I hear you, dog. It's only 12 teams. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who else you wanted her to play or how you wanted the schedules to be rearranged or what you thought was going to go. I swear, I can't wait until Thursday. The Chicago Sky play them. I swear, I can't wait for Camila Cardozo to come back too.
Okay,
God.
But this is not college. Like I said, this is not college football. This is the professionals. So when you threw that whole Lamar situation with that, you want the Baltimore Ravens to have an easy schedule?
No, I don't. I'm just showing you my point.
For you to prove who you are, I want you to go against the best of the best, right?
Did you just hear what he just said? So you want the Ravens to go against the best of the best and prove that they are the best, but you don't want Kayla Cox to go against the hardest people to prove that she the best.
How many MVPs do Lamar have?
2.
Just repeat
what you just said.
Mikey, what you talking about? You talking about somebody's first year in the league?
I don't care, nigga. You're a professional. I want to see you play your best, dog.
Dog, you want Lamar to have an easy schedule to say, "Oh yeah, you're good. You're good during the regular season, but you're not good during the playoffs when you play good teams."
You just proved my point. I don't care. We can change the subject now. You just literally just proved my point.
That's crazy.
Is you happy with the easy schedule? Real quick, and before we get out of here and get on to another topic, shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And again, when I sit here and say that I know that men don't listen for real, they just be talking. Like they'll hear something that you said. I literally started a video off and I said, I'm sure nobody had on their bingo card that the Minnesota Timberwolves could win Game 7 with Anthony Edwards only having 16 points. Dog, you know how many people try to get in my comment section? I knew they was going to win. I said, it's no way in here. If you knew that he was only going to score 16 points and they still were going to win, you'll be a millionaire today. Anybody, because I'm sure anybody who actually bet and actually watched basketball games, nobody thought that the Minnesota Timberwolves would be able to win a game against the Denver Nuggets, the defending champion, and he only had 16 points, though. I had him at 25. I ain't even go crazy like, oh, he going to get 30. Even if you had him at a dub, you still would have lost. This man literally had 16 points. And again, and what I said, that was the definition of defense wins championship. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Denver Nuggets yesterday off of championships. Off of defense. They literally was playing defense. They were strapping them up. Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, they get clowned all year long. Everybody, Rudy Gobert be the butt of people jokes, but both of them, especially Karl Anthony Towns, and my bad, Nas Reed, all three of them switched up.
That's who you need to really get a shout out to, Nas Reed.
Oh, no, but listen, you can't say, I can't say that because the Karl Anthony Towns did a good job on the Joker last night. All three of them had their moments. I'm not saying, let's be clear, the Joker still was cooking everybody, but all three of them had their moments where they were cooking the Joker.
Was the X factor.
For sure.
But that's why I'm just telling you, I just feel like when you looking at it, how you look at, and just like you won't give Nas Reed was the biggest key factor. And just even when we said that before, even last year where I told Denver how they lost Jeff Green and they lost Brown. Those were key factors last year, how they won what they won. Because you had those bench players, you had the Brown and you had fucking Jeff Green to step up and do what you had to do because they came in and filled in. The X factor, what's name was Cat was out with 5 fouls in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, both of them had 5 fouls. Rudy Gobert and both of them had 5
at the end. Even when it was down, I think they got it down to 8. He fouled out.
No, he didn't. Marcus, what are you talking about? What game did you watch? He did not.
Yes, Rudy Gobert.
Marcus, how did he foul out? He literally shot the fadeaway jump with like 30 seconds left on the clock. What are you talking about? How did he foul out? When did he foul out?
I thought he fouled out.
He didn't.
I thought Cat came in.
No.
When I looked at it, what's name had 5 fouls. He fouled out.
No, he didn't foul out, dog. I'm telling you, stop saying it. He didn't foul out. I'm telling you, he did not foul out. I got the video on my phone. I made a video to it. Go look at the time on my phone, on my video. Nigga, he was in the game. It was 30-something seconds left on the clock. What are you talking about, dog?
I ever been to lose money, but I'm not gonna lie because I know nobody else had
fadeaway. You were tripping, dog. Like, I don't know what game you was watching, nigga. He turned around and hit that fadeaway on him at the end of the fourth quarter. Rudy Gobert did not foul out. He played the whole entire game. You're tripping. I don't know what game you was watching. He played the whole game, but him and Karl Anthony Towns, both of them had 5 fouls. So you may have seen them get 5, and Nas Reed was rotating for both of them, but he never fouled out the game, dog. He played the whole entire game. I watched the game until the very end. Nigga, I bet on the game. I know I watched the whole game. I didn't move. I'm just mad I didn't add extra. Like, dang, I should have bet when they was down 15. But I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was over for them. When they was down 15, I ain't have no faith. And I be having certain moments where I normally would double down on the bet, like, okay, you down by 15. Let me sit here and see if I could put up. Nah, I've been getting smoked in the playoffs. So I kind of was just like, it's cool. I wish I would have, but I didn't. Like I said, shout outs to them.
That's it. Personal fouls. That's 6. That's how you foul out. What game you was watching?
I was watching that game. I didn't.
He fouled out with 6 fouls.
Yeah, that must have been at the very end.
Okay, you saw the shot.
I saw the shot. I got it on my video.
But he fouled out.
Okay, cool. If he did, it literally had to be at the last second.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I say when you tell me I'm not watching the game, he fouled out. I saw that he fouled out.
I don't know when. When? It had to be literally in the. It had to be at the end of the game.
He fouled out. It says it. He fouled out. He had 6 fouls.
I see what it said, but I don't know when it was. It had to be literally at the end of the game.
Fouls.
I hear you. It had to be at the end of the game. No, he played the entire jump. I did not.
Fouled out.
All right. He still won, and he still was strapping the joke up the whole entire game.
Like that's why you gotta adjust you gotta adjust, and even with the New York Knicks, for you to sit here, and that's why I say don't blame Thibodeau, because at the end of the day, you have players on your team. If you didn't trust those players, you didn't play those players. That's on you. If you didn't value yourself to make yourself to be able to be in the game, I feel like that's why playoffs make players.
I can't say that with the Knicks. They just got they was injured. A lot of their players was injured, and they just got smoked.
You saying that all them players played 48 minutes? If you telling me your whole starting 5 played 48 minutes, nobody else played. You went to a maybe 6, maybe 7 ram rotation. You ain't go to 7 once Hart got injured or whatever. That's when you went to 7.
Mm-hmm.
So if you relying on your starters to play the whole game, which you didn't even have your full starting lineup, That's just bad. That's just bad management.
I mean, I hear you, but I mean, who else was they gonna play? I don't. If you, I feel like you,
the team, right? That's what I'm saying. The rest, but how you make a name for yourself?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's game 7. I'm not risking I ain't risking sitting here.
You lost game 6 too.
Yeah, you played everybody. I don't know I don't know. You gotta play with what got you there.
Getting blown out.
You gotta play. All right, in fact, real quick, I'll let my last little sports take when it comes to Angel Reese. I do want to shout her out because she did play that game that they won. She played literally after their graduation. Like that to me is sometimes like the things that I think people kind of overlook, because I know for most of us, like think about how you celebrated your graduation. Like after you graduated, like what did you do? For most average person, you went to a cookout, you went to a party, you went to the club. You were just so excited to be able to celebrate your graduation and literally to have a graduation in the morning and then literally go to the game at night and literally cook. And just the way she played it's so energetic, where it's like you can tell the difference between how the team play, how the other team responds to her, because it's not a time she received the ball and she don't automatically draw a double team. And I think sometimes that's the difference and because she's such a great passer, it's easier for her to kick out on the double team. So it's like her demanding the double team, or even always demanding somebody to be close to her hip. So even if she sag out close towards the 3-point line, somebody always gonna go out there on her. There's not one person who's ever going to kind of like, I'm a sag off her and I'm still gonna hang on. But what you pay attention, like when she was in foul trouble both games, and that was one of the things I do. Like she even called out by herself, like that's something I got to work on. I was in foul trouble the 2 games, so you miss it, and that's why she called herself fourth quarter Bobby. Because the fourth quarter of both games, that was when she kind of had her spurred, and she kind of really was showing out in the fourth quarter of both of those games that they played, because she was in foul trouble. But you just see the difference on how much energy she brings to the court, where even her teammates play with way more energy. The defense is way more energized. She get way more rebounds. Like even right now, she lead the WNBA in offensive rebounds. Like, and I'm not like, even when I heard people originally was like comparing her to Draymond, I was like, that's kind of like wow. But then I kind of really watching, I'm like, dog, that's her go-to. That's her signature that's going to keep her around for a long time. Like almost like Draymond or Dennis Rodman. It's just that rebound, and people kind of like somebody always gonna box you out. Nobody's just gonna allow her to just like free roam. You can constantly see people putting a body on her the entire game. So like I said, shout out to Angel Reese.
And I mean, what you speaking that when you say offensive rebounds, they're just she's leading the league in that. Drummond.
Who's Drummond? Who talking? Andre Drummond?
Drummond for Chicago. Mm-hmm. Like when it comes to offensive rebound, I think he might have had like 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? Like he broke that, but nobody glorifies that or even pay attention to that if it don't add up to wins.
Yeah, I think it depends on who you are. It's not even necessarily, I ain't gonna sit and say if it don't even add up to wins. I think it's just on the person. Like sometimes with players, they don't understand just how to market itself. I think it's just, sometimes they do it because even like, let's be clear, nobody don't never disrespect Boogie when Boogie used to do it, when Boogie Cousins used to do it.
But that's why I say when it comes to it, like, because even with Drummond, he had a 20-20 game.
Yeah, recently when they played for Chicago.
Right. But we don't pay him no mind. And he even having in Detroit.
I know, I get what but I think sometimes even when you say that, I think you sometimes don't pay attention. You on a mic, you can do it. And I think that's something that I would constantly challenge people to be. Even when people get in my comment section, I'm like, bro, you got a social media page just like I do. However you feel about somebody, express it. Like you can't, I think we live in a day and age, especially if you feel like something should be highlighted. Highlight it then. You can't I'm not literally relying on, hey, I'm only gonna get my takes from ESPN, or I'm only gonna get my takes from Fox Sports. Like you shouldn't do that if you actually like sports. And if you like something, you should always speak on it. I don't care what it is. It's music, TV shows, whatever show you like, you should speak on it. If you see a person's game, like even when you just said with Nas Reed, I'm not gonna sit here and deny you to sit here to get that man a highlight, because he was a huge part of why they won the game. You can't sit here and rely on just like I'm gonna wait for ESPN to say it. If ESPN don't highlight it, I'm not gonna highlight it. That to me is corny. That's sheep shit. That's the same shit like when we talking about with Diddy. It's like if nobody don't speak out or put their foot down and be like, nah, this is not cool, I'm not jacking what he got going on, then guess what we're gonna have to do? You're gonna always have to rely on other people's opinion and other people to lead the way.
But that's why I even say with you, when you sitting here trying to say you're crucifying Caitlin Clark, but
I ain't crucifying her. I'm crucifying the people who be on her. It's nothing against her, and I think that's the sad part.
But right now, as rookie, she's leading score for the rookies, right?
Yes. I don't. She might be, but I don't think. But you got to think about it, for most of the rookies, that's not there on every team. I don't think that's none of their job, because you think about even for the Clippers. I mean, not for the Clippers, for the Sparks, for the Cameron Brinks girl, or for the other girl, Raquel Johnson. Like that's not their role.
But that's what I'm saying. For you to sit here and be like, oh, well, Caitlin Clark is not living up to her hype. She did score her 20. She did average. She had 220 games, right?
Marcus, that game that she had 20, the very first game though, she shot 25 shots. She shot like 11 threes and 15. What's her name? Though her percentage was horrible.
A lot of people do it.
And they crucified Russell Westbrook for him. August. Nobody ain't never give Russell Westbrook credit for that.
But that's what I'm so okay. But my thing is for you to sit here and play. But my thing is just all right. So if it's anybody else who did it, we'd be fine with it.
Who would we be fine with sitting here taking 25 shots to get 20 points?
Okay.
You play basketball, that's good. If you was a coach, you would allow your player to do that? You would celebrate a player who took 25 shots to get 20 points.
If she is a scorer, no matter what it is, she gonna get that. That's the leading scorer. You're gonna let them shoot. I'm not gonna say don't shoot them.
But can I ask you a question? Is that a good scoring night?
What do you
for
mean?
You as a basketball player? If you was a coach, it don't matter who did it.
Okay, and that's why I'm saying. So just me as basketball wise, I knew when I was playing. What I was my years, what I played. Oh, all right, me scoring. But then when I wanted to play with the varsity, I had to play defense. I can't be the scorer because you already had somebody in that position.
You're missing the point. If you took 25 shots to get 20 points, is that a good scoring night?
Now that's normal.
Is it? I'm asking you a question. Is it good or bad?
That is normal. Yeah.
So that's good.
That is normal.
You cool with that? You cool with the 10 turnovers too?
That is normal now.
10 turnovers?
That is normal.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's how Marcus view basketball. That's not how I view basketball. I'm never glorified.
LeBron never had 10 turnovers.
And you think he didn't get smoked?
I'm asking you, did LeBron ever
I don't know, nigga. I don't have my phone. I'm not Googling how many turnovers LeBron James had, but I'm 100% positive.
For her second game, for her, she only played 3 games. She had 10 turnovers.
She had 8 the next game.
Okay.
And what?
So
nigga?
if you're playing with a team, dog, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you never played with a team that's not even on your whoever they have on the team, if you're not sound or even have a chemistry, you're just sitting there trying to pass the ball and trying to create what you used to.
So it's cool. So listen. So guess what?
What was our last game?
Today, nigga. You just watched it.
I'm saying, what was her last game in college when they played the finals? That was in April, right?
Yeah.
And she playing in May now. For somebody,
so
she
is everybody else,
with.
Dog. So nigga, what you talking about? So is Andrew Reese.
You're putting her level up high because Andrew Reese is not a point guard.
So she lead the rookies in scoring, and she lead the rookies in turnovers too. Knock yourself out, dog. Cool. All right, if that's what you're gonna give yourself a pat on the back for, knock yourself out, dog. You lead the rookies in score and you lead the rookies in turnovers. Only sad story in sports, real quick, and like I said, we can get into something else. Charles Bach. It seems like the NBA has, and we talked about this a minute ago, and when we see him, it seemed like it's pretty much over. But I did hear people saying that they're trying to figure out how they can keep the show, even if you can.
No, you can't.
How can't you? You can keep the show if you just won't be able to probably show the highlights. You can keep the show. What are you talking about, nigga? What's the difference between them and First Take?
If there's no games on it, how can you keep the show?
Mark, they can still talk about the games. What are you talking about?
Who's going to stay up when you watching the game? If the games are on ESPN or the games on other apps, you're not going to go to watch Charles Barkley and them just talk about it at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mark, I do it every time with Shannon Sharp and Ocho. They do nightcap every night on YouTube after the game.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Like, people do it because you won't do it. That don't necessarily mean that other people do it. I'm sure they can figure out a way to keep it.
I'm not watching Shannon Sharp or Nightcap to worry about a basketball recap.
That's you. Other people do.
I watch NBA TV. If they're not on NBA, I watch NBA TV.
But Marcus, you're speaking for yourself. You can't speak for everybody else, dog. Other people do it.
Okay, what you're telling me, you talking about basketball fans. Nobody's going to Shannon Sharp to sit here and get a recap of a basketball game from Shannon Sharp. So you think who you think do more numbers, him or Gilbert Arenas? I'm not a recap of a basketball game. Listen, I'm turning to NBA TV. I'm watching the game.
But that's you. That's not other people. So if over 300,000 people watch this show every night, does that sound like people don't watch it? Or they watch
ESPN Sports Center?
I don't know, nigga. How do you know? You don't know. You only can go for what they tell you.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not going there to watch the highlights. You're going to listen to what somebody say. If I can listen to Shannon Sharp and still watch the highlights on NBA TV.
I hear you. Like I said, TNT, if they can figure a way out. I don't know what you're talking about, but there's a lot of people who talk about sports and ain't after the game, and people still watch them. I'm sure 100
over 30 plus years. No, that's what I'm saying. They've been on there for 30 plus years. You cannot replace that chemistry. Now you might not want to pay that bag or whatever you got to pay for them, and you might not want to be attached to Turner, because even like now we looking at the NFL schedule that came out. They have a game on Wednesday for Christmas Day on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's never even watched that. And so that's what you're drawn to, because now you want to get the money for the NBA. They want to get that money. They're like, all right, with TNT, we ride for this long. We want to sit here and get this Netflix money. We want to get this Peacock money. We want to get everybody else.
I don't know what you're talking about no more, but I'm just saying they can keep the show if they want. If Shaq and them say, hey, I'm gonna put up my own money and we can figure out how to sponsor it ourselves, they can still do the show.
Okay.
Know where they gonna place the show at? They can place it on YouTube, or they can figure out how they can place it on Turner and people still watch it. I'm sure people, like I said, if Inside the NBA still want to be Inside the NBA and it just don't have the actual games before it, they can figure it out. I don't necessarily know if they want to, but if they want to, they can do it. All of them got their own separate podcasts. It would be no difference. They can do it if they want to. But then, like I said, in other news, because we've been talking about sports for a minute,